Tonight on News 5 Live, Michael Feinstein is fighting back. Appeals court battle over state bank land begins. Trump's funding freeze hits home. 16 Belize programs expected to be impacted. The government's backup plan coming up. And will Belize face potential U.S. backlash for joining Hague Group against Israel's crime in Gaza? Plus, additional details emerge of a union leader accused of rape. And in this week's Belize on Real, a look at metal junk recycling. These stories and more are coming up at the top of the hour.
Cooking just got easier with Kent Oils, your go-to choice for every dish. Available in 3 sizes and 3 great options: vegetable, corn, or canola oil. Perfect for frying, baking, sauteing, or grilling. Kent Oils deliver the quality you trust with a clean, natural flavor for all your cooking needs. Conveniently available at stores near you. Exclusively distributed by Unitex Company Limited.
Good evening and welcome to News 5 Live for Thursday, February 13th. I am Sabrina Daly. Businessman Michael Feinstein has filed an appeal against a recent High Court ruling that upheld the government's acquisition of 23.4 acres of land on Stakebank Island. The decision handed down by Justice Rajiv Guntileki in late January supported the government's claim that the acquisition was legally justified and in the public interest. Feinstein argues that the ruling is flawed, asserting that the Land Acquisition Public Purposes Act does not specify a timeline for compensation, making it unconstitutional. He further contends that the government's move was politically motivated, aimed at resolving ongoing litigation in favor of private investors rather than serving a genuine public purpose. Additionally, he claims that the acquisition should have been carried out under the Land Acquisitions Promoters Act, which governs private developments rather than the public-oriented legislation used. In his appeal, Feinstein seeks to have key portions of the ruling overturned, legal costs awarded in his favor, and any other relief the Court of Appeal deems appropriate. The Belizean government remains uncertain about the full impact of the Trump administration's foreign aid restrictions. Since taking office in January, President Donald Trump has halted funding for numerous international projects, including those focused on climate resilience. Minister of Foreign Affairs Francis Fonseca says the government is still evaluating the potential fallout.
We've had a discussion. It's not even the U.S. Embassy here in Belize are still working on that issue to get clarity on what programs will be affected. I think you mentioned 40. They have said to us that perhaps about 16 programs that are underway may have some impact on that. So we're still not clear on exactly what programs will be impacted. But certainly, we're working with them to try to ensure that we get more information, and whatever gaps exist. Obviously, as a government, for any important programs, as a government, we will have to ensure that we fill those gaps.
Last month, Belize officially filed to join South Africa's genocide case against Israel at the International Court of Justice. This aligns Belize with 8 other nations to end the genocide of the Palestinian people. However, the United States of America has remained a steadfast supporter of Israel. Minister of Foreign Affairs Francis Fonseca explains how the government of Belize is navigating this misalignment of allyship.
I think, Belize, as you said, participated in the initial meeting of the Hague Group. There are changing circumstances and changing conditions, and we have to constantly review those. The cabinet is aware of these issues. We are discussing these issues. Again, our position is that any of these organizations that we engage in, we do so on a principled basis, really because of our strong commitment as a country to self-determination. That has been, the critical focus for us in all of these fora that we participate. But as I said, it's something that we are reviewing and looking at, and Cabinet will discuss these matters in a more comprehensive way.
On Tuesday, Prime Minister John Bersenio announced that Belizeans will head to the polls on March 12, 2025. With less than a month to go, candidates are in full campaign mode. But in Freetown, PUP standard-bearer Francis Fonseca isn't breaking a sweat. In fact, he's so confident in his re-election that he doesn't even know who his political opponent is. Fonseca says his focus remains on his work and his constituents, not the competition.
Obviously, I am a representative of Freetown, so I have to be engaged in campaign and political work. But of course, I also have ministerial duties which I have to carry out. I'm doing that today. So it's a balance. But obviously, this is political season, campaign season. We're carrying out our work and finishing up some of the projects that we started. And then, as I said, campaigning obviously takes priority right now.
What has the feedback been like from the residents in your constituency? Is there any areas of concern that you're looking at addressing?
No, I mean, we have a great relationship with the people in Freetown, so I feel very confident about my relationship with them. But of course, we talk to them about issues of concern to them. You know, infrastructure is always an issue that we have to continue working on. People are always concerned about more job opportunities. People are concerned about their land, getting access to land, getting access to housing. Those are big issues. The cost of living, of course, is always an issue of concern. So we talk to our voters about that, about all of those issues, and try to, respond to them when they come up in a responsible way.
In terms of Abraham Flowers, how are you feeling having him as your opponent right now?
No, I don't know the gentleman, so I can't comment on it. I don't know him. I understand he's a UDP candidate. But like every candidate, I respect all of my candidates. This is my 6th election. I respect all of my candidates, and I never make my campaigns about who I'm running against. I make it about my work and my relationship with the people of Freetown, and that's what I will do in this election as well.
Police are investigating allegations of rape made against a Belize City Union leader. According to reports, a female co-worker claims that she was sexually assaulted by the unionist back in 2019. Police recorded the statement of the alleged victim. We are told that the union leader was being questioned by Ladyville police on Wednesday night. No charges have been levied, and when we checked with the police department's communication department, we were told that they have no knowledge of any such report. Coming up, concerns growing as a San Pedro man remains missing.
Tourism is the backbone of economic growth and community development. However, success in tourism development requires more than just a vision. It demands responsible planning, strategic partnerships, and adherence to local regulations. To support developers and investors, the Belize Tourism Board, BTB, would like to remind that every owner of a prospective hotel or tourist accommodation must apply for and obtain registration from the Registrar of Hotels before commencing construction or development. For those who have already commenced construction, please contact the BTB at hotels@belizetourismboard.org to request and submit your registration form for new developments. Together, let's build the future of tourism.
In 2023, we continue to deliver on the promises of Plan Belize, proving that hard work and dedication are the pillars of a brighter, safer future for all Belizeans. With the launch of the Prison Information Management System, we've revolutionized how justice is delivered. For the first time, Belize's prison system has transitioned from outdated paper records to real-time digital monitoring, ensuring no one is lost in the system. At the National Forensic Science Service, new state-of-the-art facilities for histopathology and toxicology are transforming forensic investigations. Thanks to our collaboration with the European Union's I-Crime project, Belize now has cutting-edge tools to combat transnational crime and support justice at home. From advanced DNA analysis to combating gender violence, these enhancements expand Belize's capacity to service justice with precision and integrity. Citizen security remains a cornerstone of our mission. Through the amendment of the Firearms Act and new initiatives, we've strengthened laws and improved collaboration across agencies to protect Belizeans everywhere. From modernizing justice systems to safeguarding our communities, Plan Belize continues to move forward. We're building a nation that inspires pride, fosters trust, and leaves no one behind. A safer Belize begins with us. Let's keep building together.
Really? You not switch yet? No what? I tell you. I don't. You used to call me on my cell phone, late night just to stay in touch. Call me on my cell phone, cause our connection used to mean so much. And I know when that thought line bling, February's got that love to bring. Yeah, I know when that thought line bling, Smart is giving you everything. These days all I do is wonder if you're still connected with somebody else. Wonder why you're missing out on what's best for yourself. You could have had more, but you're still stuck with them. You don't need no one else, you don't need nobody else. So it's time to switch up and run, cause Smart's the best in the land. They got the top speed and the best service for your phone. You should just switch to them, it's Smart or no one else. You used to call me on my cell phone.
A big part of sustainability is the livelihood of the people.
El agua es importante para nosotros, para la gente. Sin agua no es vida. Pero hoy que tenemos agua las 24 horas, somos felices. Con agua, todo es una vida.
The three communities now have access to quality and quantity of water that they didn't have before. Having a rehabilitated system that, for example, can ensure that even while you have these disasters, flood events that will last from a week to two, that you still have a continuous supply of water, quality water. Health is one of the basic elements that we need. And these communities, again, because they're remote, they don't have access to 24-hour services. Having a polyclinic with 24-hour service addresses the issue of basic health services to the wide population of communities.
El proyecto solar también el benefició bastante porque ahora antes el cobro de luz venía de $1,050 a $800 y ahora ya normalizó como 3 meses, estamos pagando $500 o 530 es lo más. Sé que hay varias personas, varias organizaciones que ayudaron y de parte de la aldea de Bilbao, pues todos estamos agradecidos. Gracias por todo lo que hicieron en la aldea.
Police are seeking the public's assistance to locate San Pedro town resident Carlos Casanova. He was last seen just before midnight on Saturday and Sunday morning. There are reports that Casanova was in the back of a police mobile when he was last seen. His sister Telma Corrado says she has received those reports, but the Belize Police Department has said that this narrative is not accurate. Corrado told us via telephone what the family knows so far.
For right now, we're a bit relieved since the police have taken our report seriously, because at first they weren't really paying mind to it. So they've started their investigation and started reviewing nearby footage. I don't know much for now. All we know at the moment is that he went missing on Saturday night. The last persons who saw are saying that he was last seen between the hours of 12 in the morning, Saturday, into Sunday morning. So they're currently investigating, and they'll start getting videos from nearby stores that have cameras so that we can figure out what time more or less he came down. That's really all we have for now. But I do feel relieved that the police have already taken my report and started the investigation.
We understand that he was last seen behind a police truck. Is this true?
Well, that's what people are saying, and that's what they're investigating now.
We also understand that he left his phone in his room. Is that true?
Yes, that's right. He left his phone, his wallet, everything. He left everything, didn't take anything with him. The only thing we see he might have taken is his keys because the door was locked.
A second San Pedro town resident has been reported missing. 26-year-old fisherman Ernesto Lopez went missing on Saturday night into Sunday morning also. He was last seen socializing with friends. His relatives have been desperately searching for answers. We spoke with a relative who revealed that he left his friends that night to meet up with an ex-girlfriend.
The last time my brother saw him was Saturday night. That was the last that we know about him, that he was hanging around, drinking with friends. But they have already investigated his friends. But they say that they were with him, but then he got a call by some ex-girlfriend from him. But my concern is that I was speaking with his mom like 2 days ago and said that she had received a message from his ex-girlfriend that she had sent her a picture of his deceased body and stated that he was dumped by the barge area and that his body is there. But when she went back and looked into the picture, she only put it to view once.
Oh.
But she was under investigation and was released today because she says she doesn't know anything and that she just went to find him because he was going to give her some money, and that is the story she's giving. At the moment, my brother and 6 friends, which were very close to him, they're on the boat doing their search because at the moment the police have not put themselves to find them. As you know, there is another one missing, well, 2 more missing from San Pedro as well.
Could it be possible that the 2 missing cases are related in any way?
No, we don't think so.
On Wednesday, the Belize City Magistrates Court had to be closed because employees raised health concerns related to mold infestation in the building. The Punta Gorda Magistrates and Family Court are also faced with a mold infestation issue. That is yet to be addressed, even though there are complaints from employees of a similar nature. The High Court building directly in front of Battlefield Park is also tackling mold and a rodent problem. We heard from Attorney General Anthony Sylvester on how these concerns are being addressed.
I'm not sure if you were present at the opening of the High Court, but the Chief Justice did indicate there are plans in train to address this structure, similar to what was done with respect to the other structure, which previously housed the Prime Minister's office and the Chief Justice's office. No? So a similar plan has been developed to refurbish these premises.
How much would be the cost?
That project ran about 3 million, a little bit over 3 million.
Okay, so we're looking at similar quantum for this. It's a little smaller, but
yeah, I would say in the range of 2 million. So the family court issue at Punta Gorda, that is an issue that would be addressed in the new fiscal year. One of the things, or one of the issues with respect to the interim period is that in terms of allocations of financing, but you haven't raised it, and it being a critical matter, I undertake that I'll address it, and certainly operating within reasonable provisions that are allowed for a government during this interim period certainly will be addressed. But thank you for that.
Tuesday, Prime Minister John Bersenio advised the Governor General to dissolve Parliament and to issue a writ of election. So, what becomes of the powers held by the executive branch? According to Section 84 of the Constitution, the country continues to be governed by the Prime Minister and other ministers until the appointment of a new Prime Minister after the general elections. Attorney General Anthony Sylvester refers to the role of a caretaker government.
I don't recall a specific constitutional section, but it does make provision that the ministers of state, they continue to act, because you need to have a government which continues to ensure that national security issues and other issues that those are being addressed. And so we're an interim government, we're a caretaker government at this point in time now.
As the Constitution states, the country remains under the leadership of the Prime Minister, along with his ministers and ministers of state, including Francis Fonseca.
The National Assembly has been dissolved. The Constitution provides that the executive remains in place until the elections are complete. So until the votes are counted and new representatives are declared, and the executive of the country, which is the cabinet, constitutionally carries out their powers and authority until that time. There should be no confusion, as I said earlier, about what happens once an election is called. Once the National Assembly is dissolved, Parliament is dissolved, so you don't have representatives. We don't have any representatives in Parliament, but the Constitution of the country, which is the supreme law of the country, provides that the executive of the country, which is the cabinet, continues to manage the affairs of the country, continues to govern the country, has full powers and authority to conduct the work of the country during that period, as I said, until a new government is formed on election day or after election day.
After the break, we'll take you to the junkyard to show you how a woman is recycling metal. But first, here's the latest weather update from the Belize Met Service.
The Social Security Board, in collaboration with the Labor Department, takes this opportunity to remind insured persons of the requirements for compensation when on sick leave. Any employee who has worked with an employer for at least 2 months is entitled to 16 working days of sick leave with full pay every year. This is how it works. Upon approval of a sickness or injury benefit claim by SSD, 80% of the employee's weekly insurable earnings is paid as a Social Security benefit, and the difference in the employee's salary is paid by the employer. This is to ensure that the employee does not suffer any loss of wages when ill. After 16 days, compensation for sick leave is paid as a Social Security benefit only. Some conditions apply. This message is brought to you by the Social Security Board and the Labor Department. Social Security Board, safeguarding you, your family, your future.
Really? You not switch yet? You know what? I tell you, I don't.
You used to call me on my cell phone, late night just to stay in touch. Call me on my cell phone, cause our connection used to mean so much. And I know when that thought line bling, February's got that love to bring. Yeah, I know when that thought line bling, Smart is giving you everything. These days all I do is wonder if you're still connected with somebody else. Wonder why you're missing out on what's best for yourself. You could have had more, but you're still stuck with them. You don't need no one else, you don't need nobody else. So it's time to switch up and run, cause Smart's the best in the land. They got the top speed and the best service for your phone. You said just switch to them. It's smarter, no one else. You used to call me on my cell phone.
Honda Navi, a partner you can rely on. Benquip, equipment, parts, service.
LG dual inverter compressor cools air faster by operating at speeds as high as 120 Hz with more stability compared to conventional models. It also saves up to 70% more energy by operating at speeds as low as 10 Hz with more stability. It reduces torque vibration down to 40% for quiet outdoor unit operation. Stable operation with low vibrations also results in increased durability.
DIGI, or National Telecom and the Cycling Federation of Belize, with the support of DigiWallet, the Belize City Council, M&M's Engineering and Powerade, proudly bring you the 28th running of the Digi Valentine Cycling Tour in collaboration with the Belize Tourism Board. 3 exciting days of high energy and intense bike racing. Stage 1, Friday, February 14th, the fastest of the fastest proved themselves in the time trial on St. Thomas Street, starting at 6 p.m. Stage 2, Saturday, February 15th, the fast-paced road race starting at the Digi headquarters at 8 a.m. on St. Thomas Street in Belize City, heading to the Orange Walk roundabout and returning back to Belize City, ending at the Digi Signature Store on the Philip Wilson Highway. The third and final stage takes place on Sunday, February 16th. 2 laps along the San Antonio Circuit in the Mountain Pine Ridge. Takeoff time is 9 a.m. Come support your favorite elite under-23 Masters, Women and Junior riders. Can't make it out? Follow all the stages live on the Digi Facebook and Cycling Federation pages. The annual Digi Valentine Cycling Tour 2025, February 14th, 15th and 16th. Don't miss it.
It's time to wake up, move, and feel amazing. Get your heart pumping and your energy flowing with Morning Boost. A fun and dynamic workout show to kickstart your day. Whether you're a beginner or a fitness pro, we've got the moves to keep you motivated. So grab your mat, set your alarm, and let's get moving. Morning Boost, weekdays at 6 a.m., only on Channel 5.
Do you have a derelict vehicle taking up space on the street in front of your house, or an old fridge or stove sitting in your backyard hosting rodents? You can get that piece of unsightly junk out of the way for a small fee if you call the recyclers to come get it out of your way. If it's your vehicle taking up space on the street, paying that small fee could save you from paying more if the Belize City Council tickets you for it. In this week's edition of Belize on Real, News 5's Marian Ali looks at the metal recycling business that a woman invested in over 2 decades ago and how that business has helped to educate her children. Here's that report.
These pieces of old metal junk are being loaded to be carted away from this compound on the George Price Highway. The guys here at Rojas Recycling Metals at Mile 2 have been doing this for the past 25 years. It's a dirty and risky job that pays little, but it's a job that needs to get done to make open spaces more aesthetically pleasing.
People usually come and they say, hey, we got a car, the city is complaining about the cars in front of the yard and the street. And you notice there's a lot of old cars around Belize and a lot of old stove and stuff on the street. So people come and ask us to move it.
We met Fred Bowen at Rojas Recycling Metals, but he also collects junk metals on his own time from mechanics, cuts them up and takes them to the junkyard. That is the recycling compound, and its owner is actually a woman. Yesenia Rojas invested in Rojas Recycling 25 years ago when she and her husband relocated from Orange Walk to Belize City. She said they used to work in the same industry, picking up scrap metal in Orange Walk, and she decided to invest in the same type of business here in the old capital. In the initial days, she said, it was only her and her husband at the helm, with the minimal investment of an old truck and a few $100s.
We bought a little truck, and then we started to buy tools, and well, at the beginning we didn't have any workers, so it was my husband and I that used to, while I'm cleaning, he goes and gets some material, bring it, and so both of us started to work by ourselves. I guess that we started about maybe about 600. With that we started it.
What did you invest that in?
In materials. Yes. Cutters, different little things there that we need to start to work. I deal mostly with the aluminum, copper, and bronze. Those are my. But then the other things, well, he's the one that knows to select the material because he knows different types of irons that I don't know.
The business is unconventional in Belize for a woman, but Yesenia says it was what paid the college fees for her 3 children.
I could say I'm proud of myself and my husband because we paid our children career, which our oldest daughter is a doctor right now. Yes, we have a networking engineer son, and the other one is also on the university out of the country. So
you did that with the recycling business?
Yes.
The business, like everything else, has its downside. Exportation to Mexico slows down when the price dips. That explains the heaps of metal that are currently at the compound at this time. Exportation has not been as frequent as citizens taking their old fridges and stoves to the junkyard.
Material, sometimes we just take it out like once a month. And it's just a little, it's not much that we win of it. We sell them until when it reached to a price that we can win a little bit of the money that we invested it. Because if the price gets down in Mexico, well, actually we're losing.
The company still tries to keep the few workmen they have on board employed, even when the business slows to a halt. They engage in packing the bigger pieces into the pile and cleaning the smaller ones, like the old copper wiring.
It's cleaning the copper. You burn the wires and you clean off all the little ends off the wires, so it has to be clean. No other material should be on the copper. So that's what he's doing over there. He's cleaning the copper.
So So you're taking off what all?
The little tips on the end, like the bronze and the little tips off at the end, because it can't be mixed. It got to be copper only.
What do you look for?
Quality, that it needs to be, they have first class and second class in copper. First class, especially in copper, is the one that it's peel, and the second class, the one that it's burned. So each one have different prices.
Once the metals have been cleaned of whatever other components that once made them a beautiful SUV, fridge, or stove, it is compiled and hauled in trucks to companies in Mexico that buy them, melt them, and begin a whole process of turning it into another beautiful car or home appliance. If you would like your old vehicle carted away, you can call Yesenia Rojas at 630-2349. Reporting for News 5, I'm Marian Ali.
The Belize City Council takes derelict vehicles off the streets and disposes of them at the recycling station after properly informing the owners and giving them 2 days to move them. When we return, big plans for Carnival this year.
Trade is the engine of economic growth and development. Trade rebounded to pre-pandemic levels by 2022, driven by increased market penetration of sugar, corn, lobster, and conch. The ministry worked to operationalize the trade agreement with Taiwan, including to be ready for the resumption of the export of shrimp, ensure that Belize benefited from expanded market access to Mexico, including for cattle, completed negotiations of a trade agreement with El Salvador, leveraged a claim through the Caribbean Court of Justice, resulting in significant increase in Belize's brown sugar sales within CARICOM, sought to re-engage Guatemala towards the expansion of the partial scope agreement, and undertook projects to streamline trade procedures and improve customs efficiency. The ministry continues to work to ensure that Belize is well positioned to take advantage of trade opportunities and to maximize the rules of trade.
At Belize Signs, we turn your ideas into reality. Whether it's billboards that command attention, banners that set the stage, or car decals that make a statement, we've got you covered. From lighted signs that shine in the darkest nights to magnetic signs that are easily interchangeable, we offer a wide range of options like billboards, banners, vehicle decals, lighted signs, magnetic signs, acrylic signs, metal signs, PVC signs, aluminum signs, vehicle wraps, vinyl prints, 3D lettering, awnings, wall murals, and a whole lot more. We're not just sign makers, we're brand enablers. Visit us today.
Walking with my dog Luna at night feels safe because the streetlights are bright. Thanks to BL's LED streetlight project, our communities look much brighter. If you have an old fixture in your neighborhood, report it today using the BL 24/7 app. With just a few clicks, you too can help make our communities safer, brighter, and more energy efficient. Bringing you a brighter tomorrow.
We've transformed the health infrastructure. New polyclinics in Placencia and Belmopan are delivering world-class care to our southern and western communities. A state-of-the-art wing at the KHMH now offers specialized services for heart, kidney, and cancer care, reducing the need for costly overseas treatment. And on San Pedro, a groundbreaking new community hospital will provide comprehensive maternal and newborn services for growing families. Health facilities built for today and tomorrow.
The Ministry of Health and Wellness. Equal health for all.
Really? You not switch yet? No what? I tell you. I don't.
You used to call me on my cell phone, late night just to stay in touch. Call me on my cell phone, cause our connection used to mean so much. And I know when that thought line bling, February's got that love to bring. Yeah, I know when that thought line bling, Smart is giving you everything. These days all I do is wonder if you're still connected with somebody else. Wonder why you're missing out on what's best for yourself. You could have had more, but you're still stuck with them. You don't need no one else, you don't need nobody else. So it's time to switch up and run, cause Smart's the best in the land. They got the top speed and the best service for your phone. You should just switch to them, it's Smarter, no one else. You used to call me on my cell phone.
Unwrap the joy of crystal clear picture and sound from Iowa, the brand that offers you affordability and exceptional quality. Iowa has a wide range of exceptional products to choose from, such as TVs, speakers, headphones, home appliances, and much more at affordable prices that won't break the bank. Enhance your audio-visual entertainment experience with Iowa, and for your convenience, parts are readily available in country for hassle-free maintenance. You can find Iowa products at your local electronics store countrywide. Choose Iowa, the best in home entertainment and household appliances.
This is my first time here.
Hopefully it's my last. My dear friends, here we are, all in our true colors. You transfer papers, your key to the Mvule Kingdom.
Hi, I'm Lisa. I know.
Here are your clippers. Clippers. Who's in? We are prefects. We run this place. So let's act like it.
Solomon, the head prefect, quick. Is my collar straight?
We'll be out of Mvule High before you can pronounce the word scholarship.
We have a mystery to solve. The only way we can make a difference is if we stick together.
When I'm head prefect, each and every student will have a voice.
You need to show that new squeak in Mvule.
I hate this school! Freedom to grow.
This morning, the Leo Bradley Library in Belize City opened the doors to the U-Space Hub. This space offers resources for children to explore their curiosity in science and technology and experiment with digital tools that they may not have had access to. This U-Space is the 7th to be launched in the country by the Ministry of Education and UNICEF. News 5's Brittany Gordon provides us with more details.
The 7th U-Space Hub was launched this morning in Belize City. This edition wraps up the Ministry of Education and UNICEF's initiative to equip all 6 districts with one of the hubs. Minister of Education Francis Fonseca expressed his satisfaction with the success of the project.
We think it's a very exciting initiative. We're very happy that we were able to get support from UNICEF. We've partnered with them. And it's a team effort. We're working. It's not only the Ministry of Education, it's also the Ministry of Culture, niche in particular. All of us working together, really to create kind of transformative spaces, community spaces, where, as I said, our young people can feel comfortable, where they can come to be creative, to express themselves. So that's the whole purpose of this. And yes, this is the 7th one across the country. And we hope with the support of organizations like UNICEF that we'll be able to do more in the future.
The hub provides students with a safe space to learn about information technology and other topics. First form student at Pelote High School, Haley Chan, is grateful that she and her peers have access to a place to conduct research near their school.
I feel it as a more engaging experience. So when we, like from my first form, there's a lot of our students that would need to do research. So we could just, after school, we could come over here, do our research, and if it doesn't help, there's always the books. Before they didn't have the internet, but now they're going to have it, so now you can do the research. It's more easier, and some people don't like using books, so it's gonna be more helpful for us to be using the internet.
Each district in Belize City is now equipped with at least one youth space. However, Director of Science and Technology at the Ministry, Namrita Balani, says that they are hopeful that more can be introduced throughout the country.
There's so many schools around, right? We have so many initiatives that we've launched. Some schools are piloting it, some don't. Some students want access to it, but their school isn't doing it. So we said that youth space, when we thought about this space, we said we needed a curiosity space. We needed a space where people could create, they could innovate, they could experiment, and it has to be a safe space, right? You have to have people that were trained with the different initiatives, and we sort of like made sure that the space is filled with the tools that the students can use, but also the people here are trained with the different initiatives, and of course it has to be inclusive.
Balani explains that due to the ideal location of this youth space, students of Belize High School will collaborate with the ministry to provide mentorship to other schools. Carrie Domingo, who has been studying robotics since she was about 8 years old, shares how excited she is to help other students foster a passion for her favorite subject.
I'm now a mentor, but I was able to gradually work up the steps in robotics. So I started off as a member, doing the small little Lego robots, went on to to be able to go to Singapore with bigger robots for another competition called First Global, and then another competition called First Robotics, where we got to go to Oklahoma and then make it to nationals. So you kind of build up. So I hope that people or younger students are able to follow in my path. Whereas you start from, you're learning about robotics and you get to eventually get up to the part of, being a mentor like I am now. So I feel like youth space is an incredible opportunity for this because it helps young people like myself back then to have the opportunity to be able to learn more about robotics.
The hub is equipped with a robotics kit, Wi-Fi, and other educational resources.
We have this Lego wall, we have some Chromebooks, we have a desktop computer. We launched the People's Archive, which is beautiful, where everyone can write history. There's a scanner, you can bring photographs that you could scan to it. We have the Lead Like a Girl, where we want to expose, encourage, support girls in tech. And just a lot of things happening. So we needed a space where we equip it with tools, and students can come, and students, teachers, the community can come and use it.
The space has no age restriction and is available for all to visit.
Many people that don't have the opportunity, they won't be able to fully know what this is about. But given the opportunity, then many people could find their calling in technology, math, anything with STEM. So if you have the chance to, I believe like everyone should come to youth space in order that they could have that spark.
Brittany Gordon for News 5.
Meanwhile, there's good news for drivers who've been waiting for their vehicle license plates. As we reported last month, many drivers, especially in rural areas, have been stuck waiting for months, and in some cases, even years, to receive their plates. Minister Rodwell Ferguson had previously stated that the Ministry of Transport placed a large order to resolve the issue. Well, on Tuesday, Valentino Schall, the CEO of the Ministry of Rural Transformation, confirmed that the large order is almost ready. Drivers can expect to receive their long-awaited license plates in the coming days. The Belize Carnival Association is pulling out all the stops for its 50th anniversary this year. Earlier this week, the association announced that preparations for the grand celebration are already underway. Chair of the Belize National Celebrations Commission, Francis Fonseca, shared more on what's in store for this milestone event.
I had a meeting, I think about a month or so ago, with the Carnival Association, representatives of the Carnival Association, where we discuss the 50th anniversary. We think it's a wonderful opportunity for us to do something big this year, along with them and the National Celebrations Commission. So we want to make that a special focus for this year's celebrations, 50 years of Carnival. And you know, I think it's a very good opportunity for us to celebrate culture and celebrate the Carnival Association and the work that they're doing. So we're excited about that.
And that's the news. Tonight's broadcast is available at channel5belize.com, on our Facebook and on YouTube. I'm Sabrina Daly. Thanks for joining us. And from all of us here at News 5, good night.